What's up, guys? How are you doing today? It's welcome to the Dutch Boyd Poker Show, episode 49 of our 2016 season. It's May 14th, Saturday, and I'm playing the weekend warm-up. A $50 rebuy and add-on with 5K guaranteed. It's one of the bigger tournaments on wsop.com. The World Series of Poker is right around the corner, you guys. I can't wait. I'm so looking forward to it. And I hope that your weekend is going well. Thanks for joining us on the stream. It's kind of a cool day on Twitch. I was watching a little Doug Polk action, playing $21,000 buy-in events and busting and rebuying it. It's like, wow. I'm gonna try to remember. I'm gonna try to remember, the $40,000 downswings when the next time I feel like tilting on a $50 tournament. So here we are, just bought in. Got a couple regs at our table. We got John Blaze. I think he's a friend of the stream. I think I see every once in a while John Blaze. Pretty sure it's the same John Blaze, right? Good luck to you if you're hanging out watching. And BC McClaw, one of the stronger players on the site. Make the fold here with 5-2 offsuit. And let me get the we'll get the payouts here later. So X1's not going to be joining us for a little while. She might come on a little later. She's working on an intro screen, a new intro screen for the stream. So check it out tomorrow. We might actually have a new way of starting. It's going to be kind of cool. Looks like we've already lost one player here. Silver Moon, deciding not to stick around. And this tournament is one of these wsop.com tournaments with a double add-on. So you really don't want to let yourself bust out early if you're only going to take one bullet. If you don't have the kind of bankroll where you can buy in for 50 and get the add-on for another 50, you shouldn't be playing the event. Period. If you don't treat this like at least $100 tournament, don't even play it. But you can get away with $100. You can get away with making this a $100 tournament. You just need a late reg. If you late reg at the very, very end of the rebuy period, then you can buy in for $50, get the 4K, and then double add on for another 8K. Start with 12,000 chips for $100. I don't really like playing it that way. I like starting early. I like getting the double rebuy right away and getting prepared to spend at least $150 on this thing. I think it definitely gives us the best chance of making it to the final table if we start early. Plus, we get to take advantage of some big mistakes early on when someone's willing to just stack off at the 1530 or 2040 level. And we also get to take advantage of the weaker players who don't rebuy. And by definition, those kind of players, you're not going to be able to play against them if you late reg. So here's an example. We got X trouble putting in a lot of chips here with an 8 high flush draw. I don't really blame him, but at some point you have to start looking at 8-7 suited and wondering, how many blinds you really are prepared to put in there. It looks like, let me see how that hand just went down. We're going to go ahead and make the call here. Yeah, I don't really hate the way he played it. So with ace-6 suited, I'm going to go ahead and peel a turn here. This isn't quite what we wanted to see. Mustang making the minimum check raise. I mean, now we're going for a 5-out, or 10% of the time we hit, and we're getting about the right odds to make the call here. That probably takes away. That ace of hearts isn't out. And we might just be drawing dead at this point. But if a 6 hits the river, or an ace hits the river, I'm going to go ahead and proceed like I have the best hand, as long as it's not an ace of hearts. Here, I don't think middle pair with an ace kicker is going to be good. I'm kind of curious what Mustang is firing out a full pot size bet with. We'll never know unless BK1048 makes the call, because I'm not prepared to make that call. Nice hand there, Mustang. We got, so we do have John Blaze in the chat. Good to see you, man. We got Shorty Lambert. We got Chinch Dog. How you doing, man? Good to see you. I put up a one of my tournaments this summer on U-Stake before the stream. It's going to take a couple days before it goes on there. I think it needs to be approved, and then they need to add a picture. But I'm kind of excited to actually try out that platform for 1 or 2 tournaments. Nikki 2 cards, great to see you, Nikki. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for modding the stream, man. It wouldn't be as good without you. I guess it's kind of a loaded statement, isn't it? It would be much worse without you, Nikki. It'd be much worse of a stream without you. Oh, nice job. Texas Nevada at a final table, 4 left. Yeah, I definitely wish him luck. Let me see if I can't find that final table. Maybe the super deep stack freeze out? Is that what we're looking at? Yes. You guys want to see it? Texas to Nevada, one of our oldest friends of the stream. He's 83 next month. No, just kidding. He's just been with us since the beginning. Let's take a look. Here's Texas Nevada's wsop.com weekend grind so far. 4 players left in this tournament. He's looking pretty good. He's got a little under 30 big blinds. Good luck to you, Texas to Nevada. I hope that you take it down. First place in this one, 655. Not a bad chunk of change, buddy. Good. Oh, wow. Wow. So you don't really see that too often. Pocket 7s versus Pocket 7s. It looks like a split for Texas to Nevada. Yeah, good luck, man. Wish you the best of luck. We'll check up on you a little later. We got Rick the Hat. Great to see you, Rick. We also have SD Bub. Good to see you, sir. Hope that your weekend is going well. Jonathan Love 412. Great to see you, man. Any of you guys check out that Doug Polk high roller today? It makes me sick just watching it. 21,000 is such a sick buy-in. I've played big events like that. I played the 25K a few times. I've played the 50K at the World Series, the Players Championship once. It always feels bad to lose. You know what? I'll tell you though. In all the bust outs I've ever taken, there definitely is a correlation between suffering and the buy-in amount. But you do get to a point where the buy-in amount, an increase in the buy-in amount doesn't increase the suffering. Where it's just like, okay, that's your threshold. That's your threshold for pain. I can tell you the worst feeling is busting at that main event every single year. Maybe this year it will be different. Wow, what a dream come true that would be. What a dream come true. That is my ultimate poker goal, winning that main event. After that, there's just nothing else. Oh, looks Looks like Texas, Nevada just busted somebody out. He's the chip leader over there. Set of sixes. Nice job, man. Vice Chick, good to see you. What's up, Dutch? What's up, Vice Chick? So a little 4 X-rays from BK1048. Pocket fours is the kind of hand we're looking to play early on in a tournament where everyone's deep. You know, you look at X Trouble, who probably is feeling like a drowning stack here, still has like 63 big blinds in front of him. So the implied odds are definitely there early on to treat these, these small pocket pairs, as little lottery tickets, little scratch off lottery tickets. You buy 8 of them for 4 blinds early on, and one of them hits, and you stack a guy, and it's just beautiful. This is how we do it. If the 5 is a 4, I think there's a decent chance that we're stacking BK1048. There's a problem. The problem is you got some reverse implied odds sometimes when you actually flop a set and end up losing to bigger sets. That happens, but I would say it's a lot more likely when you flop a set for just to be good. And sometimes you're going to run into somebody who's just willing to get 200 big blinds in with an overpair, and they just can't see past the absolute value of their hand strength pre-flop, and they lose sight of the fact that post-flop it's just a pair. They lose fact of they lose sight of the relative strength of their hand in the situation. And if somebody is willing to get 200 big blinds in post-flop, the chances of a single pair being good, not that great. You look down at a flop like King 7-8, and you're like, oh well, how could he have 7s? How could he have 8s? Well, usually he doesn't. But if a guy's willing to put his whole stack in the middle, then you gotta wonder about your ace king. You gotta kind of worry. You kind of have to worry about your aces. JW Smith 4887 says excited for the WSOP. Yeah, I'm really excited for it, man. I'm really excited for it. Counting down the days. Dead Draw Todd chilling out with us. It's great to see you. Okay, let's go ahead and make a little 3x action here. A little too early to be tapering down. We've got position. We've got court cards. We've got Mustang Black 22, who's willing to play a lot of different hands. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for a half pot. I'll tell you one thing. I was watching Doug's stream, Doug Polk's stream. BFA 20, man. 7 months in a row. Thank you for being with us. 7 months in a row. Thanks for sticking with us as long as you have, man. I really appreciate that. So one thing that I found Doug did a lot differently than I did was his C-bet amounts post-flop. They tended to be a little bit bigger. They tended to be more like 2/3 pot instead of half pot. I might be experimenting with that in the next few streams. Let's go ahead and half pot this. That 6 of spades gives us some more outs, probably. And I don't think that King High is good here, but I think a lot of times we can push Mustang off of hands like Ace Jack, Ace Queen, Ace 10, King Queen, King Jack, those kind of hands. So the Queen of Clubs hits the river, and yeah, I feel like I can push Mustang Black off of an Ace High. That's about it. I can push him off of Ace 10 and Ace Jack, I think. Let's try. If a hero calls me with like Ace 8, I'm gonna feel kind of sick. He makes the fold, and Texas to Nevada just took it down. He just took down the 1K. So congratulations, man. Congratulations. Nutch making the raise. We're making the call here with pocket fours. I feel like I'm slurring. I'm gonna have to get some water or something. Not the board we're looking for. Pitch those fours. Pitch those fours. Did I ever say hi to you, Pippin? I can't remember if I already said hi to Pippin87. It's good to see you, buddy. Little queen jack offsuit action. I guess if everyone folds this, we'll go ahead and fire out a raise. But yeah, we're gonna have to play it a little cautious. No tilt here. Good to see you, man. Says Yo Dutch. Good luck tonight, man. Take it down. No tilt here. I'm gonna try, buddy. I'm going to try, my friend. So Rick the Hat says, what are the major changes for the WSP this year? Anything better or worse? So the major changes, Rick, is there's going to be bigger starting stack sizes. Like for the main event, it's going to have a 50,000 starting stack instead of a 30,000 starting stack. Definitely allows you to fade a couple of bad beats or mistakes and remain in the tournament. Besides that, they have a couple of new events. And they also have like the tag team event, for example, the Solstice, the Lucky Eights, the $500 PLO event. They also were going to make the fold here against Dobie88. They also are allowing credit card buy-ins, which I feel like is going to increase the entries. I kind of feel like there's going to be some people out there who will be playing courtesy of Visa and MasterCard, and maybe they wouldn't have been playing otherwise. You know, take a few shots. I was joking around with Xmoa that it would be like, okay, you take a, you get a huge shot of the World Series of Poker every 7 years. Yeah, you like take a shot, bankrupt it off, wait for your credit to reset, repeat. Any of you guys remember like being in your first year of college, and they just inundate you with credit card offers? It's like so easy. 18 years old, just so easy to get credit cards. It's crazy. Give you a free shirt. Turns out to be an expensive free shirt. So BC McClaw making a little min raise here. We're on the button with 8-10 suited. And you know what? This is the kind of hand I kind of like to see a flop with. We're going to go ahead and make the call. We have Grateful Mouse in the stream. Grateful Mouse, it's great to see you, man. Looks like we're not going to be able to see a flop here against Dickma. I think that we're going to get bet out. Even though we are getting 20 to 1, when you factor in these implied odds here. You know what? We're going to go ahead and see a flop. It's a little bit heavier than I'd like to see it, but you know, I really feel like if the right flop comes, we're going to go ahead and stack Dickma here. So I think we've got the right implied odds here to make the call. Not the right flop for us. Dickma indeed firing out half pot. And yeah, I think if that's like an 8-8-3 or you know, if we end up hitting two pair or some sort of combo draw where we're ahead of an overpair, I think that we stack Dickma. Not in this universe. Got a set. Good to see you. He says, hey Dutch, just want to say thanks for everything. Great stream. Thank you, Got a set. Really appreciate you being here, and thanks for supporting the stream, man. Thanks for supporting the channel with that sub. It really does make a difference. It is the reason I do this. So thank you very much for keeping it going. I kind of feel like definitely taking a little hit as far as hourly rate goes, playing the small events on wsop.com. But trying to make up for it by actually building something sustainable and you know, worthwhile long term. I mean, I feel like every time we do a stream and we get a few more subs, pick up a few more follows, and actually have a video that we can put up on YouTube and is going to last forever. I mean, I feel like it's a better use of my time and Michelle's time than just going out and playing like cash on the strip. Where really, if you look at hourly rate, there's just no question that like going down and playing like a 2-5 no limit game or a 5-10 no limit game is going to have a better hourly rate than a $50 tournament on wsop.com. But you know what? I enjoy doing it, and I also feel like it's creating something that's going to last. Kind of trying to build something, and you're a part of that, Got a set. So thank you very much for actually supporting the stream and the channel and supporting the effort. Because without you and without the other subs, I wouldn't be here. And without the viewers, too, you guys just watching also really help. DesBen2131 says, would you play the 21,000 scoop if I could? If you could. I mean, yeah, sure. Sure. Yes. Why not? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I mean, I feel like I can... I have and can hang with the best poker players out there. I feel like I feel like there's enough recreational players who just have a lot of money and are taking shots at that level. That I would play that. Sure, I would play that. It's a pretty big buy-in. I mean, I don't know what kind of bankroll you kind of feel like you need to have to be playing $21,000, re-entry events. And tough competition. Tough competition. I was watching Doug. He's tough. He's tough. I'll tell you, I disagree a lot with his assessment of his opponents too, because I'm watching him play. He's got Sean Deeb at his table. He's got Jason Mercier at his table. He's got them both marked as fish, bad regs. And I'm like, I respectfully disagree with your assessment, sir. But yeah, I feel like having a healthy respect for your opponents is pretty important in poker. I can tell you, when I look back at my own journey in this game, I definitely had a lot more confidence early on and a lot less skill. I feel like as my skill has increased in this game, my confidence level has actually gone down. Having said that, I mean, I still feel pretty confident in the game. It's just you start looking at players like Jason Mercier and Sean Deeb. I don't see how you can put Sean Deeb as a bad reg. Sure, I'm sure he makes some bad decisions from time to time. Every poker player does. Every poker player out there, makes decisions where they're like, "Wow, I can't believe I did that. Wow, that didn't turn out right. It felt right at the time. It turns out to be the wrong decision. It doesn't mean they're a bad player, though. All you can do is try to make the best decisions you can, and you're faced with choice after choice after choice after choice, and it doesn't hold true to say, okay, well, whoever has the highest average correct choices, that's the best poker player in the world. Actually, when it comes to tournament play, one of the big differences between like tournament players and cash game players is to be a good tournament player, all you really have to do is be capable of short stretches of God mode play, of like being able to bring your A++++ perfect game of poker for a small amount of time. Cash games is much more about consistency and just not having a D game. Tournament poker is not like that. Tournament poker has kind of this built-in stop loss, and you can play bad, for one event, and play bad another event, and play really bad for 3, 4, 5 events, and then your 6th event you just play better than than anyone else, and you play perfect poker for just that one event, and you win it. Then when someone looks at these other 6 events that you punted, and they say, oh well, he's a bad reg. Not really. Not really. You look at Jason Mercier. I don't see how anybody could say that he's a bad reg. He's one of the most successful tournament players in the world. You look at Sean Deeb. Results speak for themselves. I mean, he's got how many W Coupe titles? Sean Deeb has how many W Coupe titles? Let me see. Sean Deeb, W Coupe, and Scoop. He's got 3 W Coupe bracelets. So bad reg, I don't know, but I will say it was a lot of fun watching Doug play the events. He's still playing them. Wish him the best of luck. He's very good streaming. He's a good streamer. BK1048 firing at half pot, and those 2s are in the trash. 2s are in the trash. We got Big Lebowski chilling out with us. He says, "I just bought my Colossus with a credit card." Good luck, sir. I hope to be there at the end with you. How cool would it be? How cool would it be if we're at the Colossus, we look around and like there's 4 players left, and it's like we all have a little crew patch on. It's like that would be epic. That would be epic. Pippin87 says, "Yeah, I just recently reset my credit. I'm a first-time bankruptee." Congratulations, Pippin. Here's to fresh starts. I'm gonna go ahead and make the fold here with King 5 suited. I don't really feel like getting involved here with BC McClaw, although I do feel like Mustang Black 22 is a good one to get involved with. Got Scorpio in the stream. Scorpio 1107, he says, "Hey Dutch, how are you doing, Scorpio? Good to see you, man." And you know what, John Blaze, Grateful Mouse. At this moment, I am pretty jealous of that Paul Daywald, those Paul Daywald emoticons. If he's streaming, I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe right now. We'll see if he gets my sub. Do we have a streamer? No. He's not streaming. I will not be streaming. I will not be subscribing if he's offline. Let's fire out that half-pot bet into Mustang. Pretty perfect flop for us. Yeah, so Mustang Black firing out a check raise. A minimum check raise. And Mustang, I am willing to put some more in here. So let's re-raise them. Didn't really expect him to do that. I kind of felt like if he had, if he connected with that ace, he was gonna at least make the call on the flop. If he had a flush draw, I kind of felt like he might, like with some sort of weird combo draw. I think that King 10 suited, Queen 10 suited, those kind of hands are probably just making the shove there, and I'm fine with that. And then any other flush draw, I think he's making the call. Probably calling on the turn too. So niche, firing out half pot. We've got this ace 3. We're going to go ahead and play it pretty passively here. We'll go ahead and let Nitch just keep on firing out, I guess. Feel like we've got some kicker problems if Nitch has anything that he can call us with, so we're going to just check back here. Maybe Nitch will put us on an 8 and think that he can bet us off of something, or maybe he will... well, now we don't have kicker problems, so let's go ahead and fire out a half pot bet. Nilesy, how are you doing, man? It's great to see you here in the stream. It's the kind of hand we're looking for. Ace-9 suited, long implied odds. The kind of hand where a couple of these players can hit a really, really strong second best hand. Don't really want to get blown off the hand pre-flop. Wow, look at everybody and their mothers coming along for the ride. All aboard 7-4-2 with 2 clubs, not the flop we're trying to hit here. So now it's garbage. Ace of clubs, it's still garbage. It's still a garbage hand. So Grateful Mouse, I saw you knocked out Maria Ho in her home game. Congratulations on that. Yeah, Banana Anna firing out half pot, and I'm telling you, this Ace-9 suited is just still a garbage hand. Maybe it's ahead, but I think way more often it's not. Way more often we're looking at kicker problems, or we're looking at being behind. Now maybe we get to see if we knit it away. The plan with Ace-9 suited, though, is not to get 7 of the players to see a flop with us and turn a pair of aces on this kind of board. So now we'll never know. And guys, in poker, not knowing is the hardest part. It's the hardest part. Big Lebowski saying about $51 of Paul Daywald's WSP package. You know what? I have a little piece of his main event package too, I believe. Okay, we'll go ahead and fire out a little 3x action here. Still not tapering down. Still raising pre-flop to inflate, not to steal. Blue Tilly with the hello. How you doing, man? So BC McClaw, pretty quick check there. Well, we'll fire out. And we take it down with King High. Power of the C-bet. Oh, our favorite hand. The invincible hand, you guys. We got the invincible hand under the gun. The uncrackable, unbeatable hand. Pocket aces. It never loses. I've never seen aces get cracked. Wow, and Mustang Black 22 re-raising us. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and 3-bet Mustang Black. I'm 3-betting, or I guess he 3-bet us. I'm 4-betting Mustang Black here. We're going to go for... well, let's just make it 1,000. Nope, let's make it 1,200. Little 3x here. And I don't really like slow playing pocket aces this early on, because I don't want a flop that's gonna chill our action. Like at Mustang Black is like, really, with hands like queens or kings or jacks, Mustang Black 22 can get away from a post flop, and maybe he's gonna be willing to get it all in pre flop with us. No, I guess not. I guess we lose Mustang Black. He hasn't really been 3-betting much. So the one time he 3-bet, I'm putting him on a big hand there. Instead he folds. So what do we think he has? I don't know. Ace Queen, maybe. Maybe he gets away from Ace Queen there, 3-betting Ace Queen and folding. Maybe he gets away from like pocket 10s, pocket 9s. I think those smaller pocket pairs he's probably just calling to see a flop there. He hasn't really 3-bet yet pre-flop. So we give him a chance to make a mistake. He doesn't. Instead he gets away from it. Nice fold there, Mustang Black 22. I'm going to go and make the fold here with Queen 4 suited. And C-Manx, yeah, the colors are wrong on WSOP for the 4-color deck. Just one of those things that WSOP.com gets wrong. Hopefully down the line they'll change it. It's supposed to be blue diamonds, like the road in Vegas, Blue Diamond Road. It's supposed to be red hearts. The spades are supposed to be black. The clubs are supposed to be green. And WSOP has them reversed. Gosh, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, guys, we're going to be back in 4 minutes. We're back to running ads, by the way, guys. So if you're not subscribed, you are going to see some ads here. That is one of the perks to subscribing to the stream. You don't get advertised to on the breaks. Other perks too. You get a couple fist bump patches. If you subscribe to the stream, you get a downloadable version of my book, Poker Tilt. 270 pages. Got some pretty good. Got some pretty good reviews on Amazon, as well as from some of my colleagues. You get the sub badge. You get the emoticons. We got some pretty good emoticons. So don't be afraid to click on that sub button, you guys, and make sure to follow. That's free. No reason not to. If you're watching the stream, you might as well click on that follow button. Help us get that follow count up. I've got a goal of 13,000 follows before the World Series of Poker. Can it happen? It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. It can happen if a couple of you guys follow right now, though. It would definitely help. And yeah, make sure to check out the YouTube. Make sure to follow on Twitter. Be right back in 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, we're back. We're back with ace-7 offsuit in the small blind. We got three aggro players on our right: Nutch, BC McClaw, and BK1048. All pretty wide with their opens. All pretty solid. And we could 3-bet this. I think it's okay just to call, though. We're going to be out of position against Nutch. But I also kind of feel like ace high is probably the best hand pre-flop. Mustang Black 3-betting. So against his 3-bet range, I think ace-7 offsuit starts really shrinking up. So make the fold. Still not quite to that point where we're going to be tapering down. So making the fold here with King 2 suited. I am Crazy Says Dutch. Will you be playing and streaming the WSP Online event this year? Yes, I will. I'm Crazy No. It's on my schedule. Planning on playing it. The only way I would be missing that is if I final tabled one of the events before. But I think I'm actually taking. I think the tag team event is the one that's going to be at the final table. So if my tag team ends up final tabling that event, I'd be skipping the online event. But most likely I'll be playing it. I would say a pretty high percentage. It's one of my favorite tournaments of the series since it started last year. I really enjoyed streaming it. We had our best viewer count ever during that event. Okay, making the raise here. 240. Looks like we've still only gotten through. We've only seen one person get eliminated so far without the rebuy. Just the one, making the fold here with Jack 3 suited. Nutch open limping under the gun +1. I don't like it. Even pre-ante, I still don't like it. But it's not going to be enough to get the bony fish if he's open limping pre-ante. I still feel like if you're going to be playing a hand, there's value in having the aggression. There's value in having the aggression. There's also value in playing without a capped range. What does that mean? Well, it means that if Nutch had a big pocket pair, he'd be raising there. He wouldn't be limping. So when he makes the limp, he starts making his hand look like some sort of small pocket pair, pocket 2s, pocket 5s maybe, or suited connectors like 8-7 suited, King 8 suited. Hands that he doesn't want to get blown off pre-flop, and then he doesn't want to really put in a lot of chips pre-flop with, and wants to induce a lot of other players to come along for the ride. So hands that play well multi-way. That's kind of, when you see a player open limp, that's usually what they're doing. The other type of open limper is the kind of open limper who's going to open limp with their really, really, really strong hands. their aces, and then try to trap you. Sometimes you see players who just open limp with their whole range, just like they just don't raise. No pre-flop raising. New rule: no pre-flop raising, no matter what. Yeah, I've talked enough about it. You guys know how I feel. Maybe one day down the line, no limit MTTs will be solved. Maybe some sort of deep blue or AlphaGo will go the whole way with MTT tournaments. Come up with a lot of different scenarios where you're open limping post ante in early positions. Maybe until that day, I refuse to incorporate open limps post ante, even pre ante. You just don't see me do it. If it's a mistake to never open limp, it's going to be a pretty small mistake. So I'm crazy. No, that movie, The Interview, really kind of disappointed me, to tell you the truth. I was really looking forward to that movie. I really am a big fan of both Seth Rogen and James Franco, and the premise of it sounded pretty edgy and pretty funny. And actually watching it, it was just wasn't that funny. It had its moments, definitely had its moments. I mean, the obsession with Lord of the Rings, just that had me laughing pretty good. James Franco's speech when he gets off the plane, the same speech, man, it's pretty funny. But for the most part, I just kind of felt like it was cheap laughs that didn't really hit the mark. Michelle's calling me a grumpy old guy now. Grumpy old man. Grumpy old man. Comedy is not like what it used to be. BK1048 coming in with a raise here. Coming in with the raise. And perfect kind of hand to see a flop with. Let's go ahead and catch that set. Actually, we don't set mine here. We quad mine. Let's go for those quad sixes right here. Check. This is where we hope that like a set of fours slow plays and we could hit a six of hearts on the turn. Michelle, was it John?
So far, so good. So.
I had a question.
Huh?
Was it JonTron?
I can't hear you.
Was it JonTron who did that Katy Perry firework cover? JonTron.
Yeah. It's almost done. You can show the crew it and see if they like it. Oh my God! I think it's gonna work.
It's a Saturday miracle.
Oh my God, I think I got it.
We could 3-bet here.
Huh?
A little 2.5x action here against Nutch.
Babe, I got it. Got it.
Wow, Mustang just cold calls in the small blind.
Would you like me to send it to you or put it on?
But Anna also calling, and now we're kind of in this stupid spot where we hit our hand and could easily have some kicker problems here. Could easily have some kicker issues. I don't think there's really much danger in giving a free card here, so let's go ahead and just check back.
I got it.
Now we got some outs even if we have kicker problems. Now we're looking at a 10 outer if we're up against like an ace queen, ace jack, ace 10 hand. So yeah, let's fire out. You know what? Let's not. I really don't want to get blown off this hand right here. It worked?
Yeah, it's perfect.
You want to upload it to Google Drive?
Yeah. No.
So we got Mustang Black firing out half pot into 3 opponents. Any 8, any 3 beats us. And we have 2 pair.
It'll take a minute. It's a whole video.
Any flush beats us. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and fire out a call here. Nice hand there, Mustang.
Use your back. Take your back.
Actually, we're going to go ahead and give him a little bony fish there. A 3-bet. And a small blind with king 8 suited. Why are we making the call there? Well, we're making the call because I think Mustang's the kind of player who will value bet there sometimes, not understanding that his hand's not that strong. I think that he could be value betting the worst of it. I also feel like sometimes he's just going to take a shot with a hand like Jack 10 because he doesn't see any other way to win. And he thinks that, well, no one's shown any sort of aggression on the flop or the turn, so the chances of anybody having an ace is kind of low. I'm going to go ahead and try to steal it. So our hand acts as both a bluff catcher and also a value bet catcher. You know, it has enough showdown value to actually beat some hands that Mustang Black is going to be value betting. In particular, 2-pair type hands and big ace type hands. So Olympia Street saying, Dutch, you don't often try to trap your opponents when you have a strong hand. Why is that? Olympia, that's... You're going to have to give me some examples. If you're talking about like pre-flop, hands like pocket aces, for example, I kind of feel like, especially early on in tournaments where everybody's pretty deep, 80 big blinds, 70 big blinds in front, even short stacks have 20 or 30 big blinds, that your best chance of stacking somebody is big pre-flop confrontations. So if you feel like you have the best hand pre-flop, a lot of times you can get a lot more chips by playing it fast pre-flop than you can by trying to get tricky with it. There's definitely going to be some times where I do play as kind of trapping. There's going to be some situations where I hit sets, for example, and I'm facing a guy who's being pretty aggressive. I'm going to let him keep on being aggressive. There's definitely some times where we try to spring a trap, but in general, Olympia Streets, when you try to look at what a player's biggest mistake is at the table, what the most common mistake is that you run into, it's calling too much. It's always going to be calling too much. It's definitely calling too much. It's not folding too much. It's calling too much. If you say that the most common mistake that players make at the table, from bad players to good players, it's calling too much. The way you take advantage of that common mistake is by value betting your hands, giving them a chance to make the mistake of calling too much. Players default to wanting to see a flop. So you never have the fold equity that you really expect to have. Fast and Weird says, "Hey Dutch, how many bracelets do you think you should win by the time you are 70?" I can't really answer that, Fast and Weird, because I have no idea what's going to happen to poker in the World Series. The World Series of Poker could expand how many events they offer. You have like the World Series of Poker Australia. You have got the World Series of Poker Europe. If they kept on expanding to more and more events, then the number